The fundamental problem is that we actually perceive that something external to us, a partner, a job, a rush of doing something exciting, we feel that those things are what fulfill us. But it's actually a misconception. It's a misunderstanding. The thing is that the thing outside of us reminds us of a feeling that we generate internally. And so a lot of times we feel that it's the external thing that will provide the fulfillment. But you can actually test this. I actually was playing with this last summer. I remember it was nice and sunny, and I would go play tennis or go to the hot tub or go camping. And then as the winter started or the fall started and it started becoming cold, I remember wanting to do those things and kind of like a check mark of, okay, so I want to do these things, but the things on themselves did not provide the same satisfaction that I originally felt when I was experiencing them. And so I started to recognize, oh, what actually enabled me to feel fulfillment in those moments was being present. If I am present, I can then enjoy the event or the situation or the partner or whatever it is that we're seeking outside of us. But we need to have that understanding that it is us who brings, with mindfulness, with presence, we're the ones bringing the joy, the peace, the safety to the present moment. And so the reason why we're constantly seeking for fulfillment outside of us is because the things outside of us help us tap into an internal feeling of fulfillment or safety. Think of someone recently who you've been around, who have supported you in feeling safe or valued or competent or uplifted. So that person is only reminding you of your true power that exists inside of you. But when we don't understand that, we feel that it's the person outside that is the source of those internal states. And therein lies the ultimate confusion. And so it's not that we don't have these things that fulfill us, is that they're not lasting because we need to learn how to cultivate that fulfillment ourselves internally. And that shift of mindset, that shift of understanding comes with willingness and time. And so we may ask ourselves, why is it that I don't feel fulfilled all the time? And so I am here saying, you actually do feel fulfillment all the time. It's all over the place. You're the one feeling fulfillment when you go out doing whatever activity. However, it's expecting that thing to continue to bring you fulfillment that is the error. And so a better question is, what takes me away from the fulfillment that I do experience? So say that you wanted a partner or you're seeking a partner, but you remember the last time you had a partner, well, it was all great until it wasn't. And so the better question to be asking is, what is it that takes me away from those internal states of joy that I once felt with this external thing, person, job, achievement, whatever it is? And that is actually a good place to start with, because if we understand what takes us away from it, then we have a tool that we can leverage in the present moment, the next time that we are in that activity or with that person. So what is it? I'm going to ask, take a moment and truly go inward and ask yourself, this situation that brought me happiness, safety, joy, think of one activity, one situation, one person that enabled you to feel that recently, and keep that person or that activity in mind. And then notice if you felt differently over time. And I want to ask you, do you understand what took you away from those feelings? Because that is the key that we need to look into. that thing that took you out of experiencing those feelings with that situation or that person. That's the thing that we need to look at. So see if in your asking yourself with authenticity, you can have some insight, some understanding. It has to come from you, because otherwise you won't be able to see beyond the thing. So I wanted to look for this quote. It's from A Course in Miracles. It says, "No evidence will convince you of the truth that you do not want." So the reason I bring this up, this is from chapter 16. The reason I bring this up is because no evidence will convince you of a truth that you do not want. So that's why I'm saying we need to see for ourselves what it is that takes us away from those feelings that at one point felt fulfilling, but then they don't feel that way anymore. And so I will elaborate on that, but I wanted to give you an opportunity to consider what that may be for you. And so I know in the 6-7 years of internal search, the thing that takes me away from that initial state of fulfillment is my own mind. It's my own mind that starts to see problems instead of seeing gratitude for the experiences that I've had. It starts to become bored and it starts to find problems. There's negativity that I have observed within myself, and that negativity is what ultimately chips away from my sense of happiness and fulfillment. And that is the truth that will set us free. That we need to start understanding our own minds. So in order for us to do that, I have thought of 3 things for us to consider for the purposes of making traction on what takes us away from fulfillment. So first is that we seek it outside of us. And as long as we're seeking outside, we're just simply in denial that we are complete and we're whole, and we're the ones that bring fulfillment, and we're the ones who bring love. We're the ones who bring any emotion to any situation, and that is the truth. And if we deny that, we are literally denying our own power, and we're giving our power away to another person or to another situation. It's just the truth. We are the ones who bring the emotions to the present moment. We just need to acknowledge that as the truth and accept that it's true, so that we can then make traction on letting go of externalizing, and we can gain our power back. So we identify that we seek fulfillment outside, and that's okay. We just stop doing that and we start searching inside. So that's the first thing. The second thing, know and befriend your fears. When you're seeking for completion outside of you, what is the mind saying? Because when you can catch the mind, and when the mind is seeking for something outside, that's the moment that you can acknowledge, oh, this is happening, and you can take a step back. The next thing is notice the ideas that come to your mind, and notice how those ideas make you feel. There are only 2 thought systems. If the idea is loving and kind and harmonious and joyful and peaceful and safe for you and others, that's an onward leading thought. If, on the other hand, the thought is of rejection, doubt, wanting something from the other person, is pushing the other person away, these are not onward leading thoughts. And that thought system is what creates the negativity in our mind that blinds us from our true power, which is that we are the ones who generate fulfillment and kindness and love and peace and safety in the present moment. And so it's about understanding and befriending our own mind and seeing our own thought system and letting go of what doesn't serve us anymore, what doesn't serve others anymore, even at the cost of our ego. That's the key. Even at the cost of our ego, because it will require letting go of the ego. But at the other side of the ego, there is the lasting fulfillment that we've been seeking. And so I'll leave it at that and continue to find fulfillment where it is found, which is inside. No one can complete you. No one, nothing can complete you. If something could complete you, we would be in big trouble, because that would imply that by definition we're lacking, but we're not lacking. And so do not accept anything that can complete you outside of yourself. And therefore you will find the true fulfillment that you've always been seeking. That's how you can extend that fulfillment to others. And the rest unfolds from there. So have a beautiful Valentine's week. Namaste.